Department of Languages and Literature presents Voices of Our Lives, Open Mic Poetry Night, the first of its kind. We want to thank so much Professor Cheryl Williams for being able to reserve the wonderful Belgian Theater for this evening. Let's give a round of applause. Cheryl Williams is there doing the lighting. Magnificent. Thank you. We also want to thank each and every one of the brilliant scholars who are here this evening that will be presenting and helping out ushering. We want to give a serious welcome to award-winning artist Ron Kipling Williams, the author of Where and Outrage, definitely. We also want to give a warm welcome to another special guest, Mr. William Robbie, if you would stand also. Yes. Thank you. Warm welcome to Ms. Tracy Lucas and Mr. Orlando Beal, the administrative assistants at
Thank you.
Thank all of you all. Today, we will be definitely unspoken voices. Tonight, no longer will we be silent. Tonight, we will take the mask off. We will dig deep down within inside, and we will let our voice serve as the voice for many. Through our poetry, through our open mic poetry, we will be able to touch the hearts of many. Our words will be therapeutic, uplifting for many. Many will experience an epiphany tonight. I welcome you. And we must thank the Queen, Mrs. Williams. Miss Jasmine, thank you. So the way that the itinerary is going to go tonight, we're going to go off of the list that we have. We're going to have a break in between, and we're going to have our dinner, our dessert, our beverages, and then after that we will continue. It's open mic also, so we're going to go off the list, but if some of those people aren't there, that's fine. We just go on up. Okay, so you all take the lead. First, we do have on our list James Warner. Okay, do we have James Warner? James Warner is here. Okay, Charles Robinson. Okay, Robbie, would you like to come?
I will.
Okay, there we go.
Just slide it over. See the white button? No. Okay, I think I can get it.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My eyes closed, but I know the sun is still shining. Black diamonds, you say my first time rhyming. Buster Hyman back in 95 when, before Buster Wuhard, before Martin Woosad, they gave me sanity. Single-handedly handed me the torch, back of the porch, perfecting rhymes, high off dirt weed half the time, writing lines, telling lies. I never really sold dope, but it sounded cool at the time. Money was my God, ruling my mind. Now I write it down on paper, air waving, freestyling on lasers. And now we're getting anxious to rip all of these stages. We do this all in stages, live life. Poets, we do this on these pages, live twice, but we die 1,000 times. For every hot line, there are thousands of rhymes that never make it past all these college-ruled lines. For your college-ruled minds. You see, we use our education to obtain a degree instead of freedom. So we borrow the capital we need to feel the need to wear a suit and tie for 3 weeks paid vacation that we really can't afford to enjoy. So you can't expect answers when questioning authority. Just answer authorities' questions and act accordingly. Yo, everybody stay in line. We control your currency, so currently we control your minds. Go brainwash those who know the truth. Get them young, run and shoot. It's the youth who revolute. See, it's when we are young that our voices are the loudest. The honesty and the instincts of a toddler amazes me, but still we sentence them to silence and wonder why they're so damn violent. Then we have the nerve to tell them not to get up and grow folks' business when it's our business that has them all screwed up to begin with. Maybe we should step back and pay attention to the gift God gives us instead of trying to mold them into little versions of what we thought we should have been. Let them speak their own history and describe their own futures with their own pens. Thank you. I appreciate you. So it's an election year, right? Big election year. But they say that all the time. Like, every 4 years it comes around and like, this is the biggest election you will ever have. And change is due and all this other kind of stuff. I believe we really saw a shift in politics and our people and just the culture of Black America with, you know, the election of Barack Obama. What he's done just for our mentality, how we look at ourselves, how we view Black men in general. When he was elected, I can't lie, I was extremely proud. You know, I was extremely overtaken with emotions. I know a lot of y'all are undergrads. A lot of y'all didn't have an opportunity to vote in that election, but you know, y'all were the voices that were really pushing people to get out there and vote and be heard. So give yourselves a round of applause for that. So now, he's being compared to the Messiah. Lifting him higher and higher on the pinnacle of a pedestal that he may rightfully deserve, but that he hasn't earned yet. And yes, I voted for hope and fell for his campaign slogan and chain screaming, yes we can, with a black hand closed tightly, all fired up that this nigga just might be actually for real. That this time, this election, this Democratic selection, this mutt race, bastard son of the slums, welfare, government cheese eating, degreed, intelligent, prevalent, terrorist associated, socialist, monkey, just might be passionate about the people he actually presides over. Besides, what's the worst that can happen after the past few terms in office? Coffins, imported, martyred, slaughtered sons and daughters, pinning Purple Heart pennants on a recipient's mother, being consoled by a grieving father, believing everything being spewed on Fox News, so I chose to choose you to believe. And now I pray. I pray that the decision I made is an aid to shots ringing out as he exits Air Force One. Get the gun! Get the gun! Secret Service screams out. He goes numb. We go numb as his dreams leak out into the runway. I hope that someday, I never ever see this moment in time. I hope there's some way to get these images out of my mind, but for now, I pray. I pray that his eloquent, articulate speeches are more than just eloquent, articulate speeches. I don't mean to be facetious, but let's be honest. They're looking for any reason to impeach us. I mean him. Who knows? Maybe another 400 years before our poor souls see the sort of progression. So please, Mr. Obama, excuse me, Mr. President, set new presidents while you take up residence, and please say a prayer for my homies before you deploy their regiments into warfare. You see, this is what I pray for. I never felt like much of an American up until recently. I tattooed Africa on my forearm, protesting peacefully. You see, that's where I thought we belonged. So right, yet so wrong. So long ago when the ship sailed away from them shores, our wrists chained to our ankles, ankles chained to the floors. The bodies they threw overboard when the ship was overweight, had to wait so long for us. Choose your weapon carefully. The mallet or the bullet. I aim and pull it as I cast my vote prayerfully. We made history happen. Thank you. I didn't want to leave y'all all depressed and everything with that piece.
Truth.
Yeah, that's true. You know, very true.
Yes.
Speak.
So,
Yes, speak.
I just want to just commend all of y'all for being here at a cultural event like this. Thank you, Dr. Akassi, for having me. Everybody affiliated with putting on this event, man, y'all got to support things like this so we can have more cultural events like these going on. That being said, right, I want to clap and move. I went to Virginia State University. I know I won't forget that from y'all. Yeah, I'm a Trojan. I'm a Trojan. I know, right? Yeah. It's all I'm saying. HBCUs, man. I love Virginia Union. My pastor actually teaches here. Anybody know Dr. Howard, Dr. Gregory Howard?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my pastor. That's my ace, man. I love that man to death. You know, it was a point in time when I first met Dr. Howard that I wasn't really going to church and I wasn't really doing all that kind of stuff. I was kind of living my life. And he asked me to come in and feature, one Sunday at the church and do a piece. I was like, cool, yeah, whatever. Hung up the phone and I thought, what did I just get myself into? I hadn't been back to my church in 2 years. I was doing my own thing. So I couldn't really get up in front of people and just be like, Jesus, 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 you know what I mean? Because that wasn't really what I was about. So he asked me to do that maybe 2 months out in advance. Started writing. Nothing really was coming. 2 weeks up into the event, still writing, nothing really coming. And I had a conversation with him. And I was just like, yo, Pastor Howard, I don't know if this is going to happen or not. And all he told me to do, he was just like, listen, just be honest. That's all you can do is just be truthful. At the time, I was 24 years old. My life really wasn't where I wanted it to be. I thought I would be doing much bigger and grander things at the time, and it wasn't heading that direction. And I was slipping into sort of a depression. The night before, I still didn't have anything on the paper. And I had just came back from partying or doing something. I was borderline hungover. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And that moment, it just began to move me. So I ended up writing a piece. And, a lot of y'all are, your undergrads, and y'all might experience this one day. I prayerfully won't. But this piece is called Quarter Life Crisis. I believe I'm heading into my quarter-life crises. I feel like a fish out of water like a Pisces. At 15, shout out to Pisces, I heard somebody. Pisces. At 15,